That's a Shame is brought to you by the people who support us over at patreon.com/shamecity.
If you have $1,
$2.
$1 to spare, join us again at patreon.com/shamecity. Please.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
Hi everybody, hi! And welcome to episode 154 of This Is a Shame. I'm Isaac,
I'm Declan.
and together we're the Big Podcast Boys, coming at you live from the UK, U to the K, London, NW, can't tell you that bit.
9!
Oh, it is 9. It's a big enough
But we're
postcode.
moving.
To NW9.
Woohoo!
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked about that we're moving flat, have we?
We mentioned that we had to. I don't think we've confirmed that we are, though.
Well,
Because we can't.
we can't confirm that in real life because of, referencing where they check if you have enough
They haven't
money.
said that we failed yet, though, have
They
they?
haven't said that we passed.
No.
And that hinterland
Crucially,
is wherein difficulty lies.
Our fate hangs in the balance.
We're back for a big episode, aren't we?
We are.
A huge
This
one,
is
and I mean
season
length.
5 of That's a Shame.
Is it?
I've decided.
Jesus. So we have 30 episode seasons or something?
No.
40. in fact.
No.
Wow, okay. It's just arbitrary.
Yeah.
Interesting choice.
Why
Interesting
not?
choice indeed. Have you thought about maybe producing, I know you've got a lot of downtime at the moment, a limited run podcast special of maybe 6 episodes on a hit topic? Because that's very in at the moment.
Is it?
In the podsphere.
What sort of...
For example,
topic?
John Benet Ramsey, something like that, where you're just like, oh, we need to get to the bottom of it. And you
what
take 6
happened?
episodes. Well, dead. Yeah.
Oh.
And you don't find that out until 5, maybe 6.
People think
episodes
it's
in.
just a cool... they're going to meet him.
Biographic. It's a child and she was a girl, but sure.
John?
Yeah, I don't make the rules, do I?
What's the... I thought you'd made it up.
No, it's a real... Don't you remember someone got cancelled for it recently? It was very funny. It was actually... Oh, it was Ariana Grande. Someone, like one of her friends or something, posted on Instagram about either the concept of... Either way, whether it existed or it was in their head, it's quite a funny idea, that they were going to cosplay as this dead child.
Oh, no.
It would be like Madeline McCann
Yeah.
cosplay. And Ariana Grande commented that she can't wait to do it for Halloween or something.
Oh, no.
And then had to apologise. I was like, well, that's not funny, what I said. Even though, I mean, it
was
is
very funny.
quite funny. Obviously, that's separate to it being very sad. And we at That's a Shame, we do this, I think we can say strongly, anti-child murder.
Yeah.
That's big.
We've got That's a pretty, no frills policy.
Yeah,
we've got.
it's simple, it's catch-all, it's trending well with the public. It's
Although we may
polling.
have to park that for this episode.
Is it not going to be...
No, it's
In
just
line?
no. It'll be in line, but I'm just saying we don't want to be accused of hypocrisy.
No, well, that would be aimed at you
In-
because you provided the content, of course.
It'd be about
So
your
I'm-
reaction
I'm
to
free
it.
and clear.
It'll be about your reaction to it.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes.
In a similar vein to Ariana Grande, have you seen that Lana Del Rey is coming under fire for saying that furries are gross?
Yeah, and
on
also
an Instagram
for-
live feed.
For she went off on the NPR music reviewer who gave a very positive review of her album, but not quite in the way she wanted.
It's a bold move.
I think it's just part of her persona, though. Probably, I think that's Lana Del Rey, the character, maybe.
Wow.
And it's convenient if that aligns with who she is anyway. But it's very
That's
Lana
something
Del Rey.
even you have yet to reach and are striving towards.
Absolutely. But it's a good bit of on-brand behaviour for Lana Del Rey to just lash out at people at random, I think.
What sort of faces have you been wearing lately?
Oh, it's a good question. I've had to wear more than usual because I've been upping the old client base for my thriving, thank you very much, Music Tuition Inc. BD Songs.
Now, have
.biz.
you considered, as we talked about the other day, calling it BD University of Song?
Yeah, no.
Just so that you can officially call yourself a university lecturer.
I would like to do that, and I would like to be able to confer degrees, certificates on my students, but none of them are good enough to deserve it at this juncture.
Oh, yeah, but don't worry about that because that comes at the end.
I guess so. But yeah, I've had to be wearing a lot of meeting people for the first time faces. It's really tiring, isn't it?
I have to wear that a sort of audio face,
There's no such thing.
and yet I have to wear one
Horrible.
for all day, every day.
Yeah.
For when I talk to the people.
But you love to do that.
It started affecting my dreams. Now, I don't dream that I'm at work, but I dream all the time that I'm getting calls from people who need things solved. And it's my job to get them in touch with the right
Are
person.
they like interesting people or is it very banal?
No,
calls?
they're very banal people, but they're often very like strange problems. It's like, I've got the wrong spade for digging a grave. I'm like, oh, fuck. That department's closed
Oh no,
today.
the grave diggers in.
They're not open on Saturdays.
Lazy.
So I have to, so it's quite stressful.
Yeah, that sounds really good, and it's good to see that your work-life balance is where it should be.
Exactly. Well, it's been a theme of That's a Shame that my work-life balance has always
Skews
been.
either way, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, skews all over the place, as you said very
God,
famously
yeah.
on our last
Really
episode.
does. So you've gone and prepared a lot of good content this week, and you've said it's going to be the best thing you've ever brought to the show.
No, I feel like you're
You've made
putting
that
words
big
in my
claim.
mouth again.
I'm
You
just-
love to do that.
No, I'm just remembering the vibe and trying to convey.
You
it.
love to do that. No, what I
text.
did was it was something that we haven't really spoken about.
Okay.
And it was something that some people in my life seem to have entirely missed.
Yeah.
And yet it was very good.
Okay. It's Woodstock.
It,
Back for 1 week only.
40 years.
God, he did a long solo at the end, didn't he?
Oh, so
Ages.
like minutes.
National anthem.
Hours.
I think. Goodness.
So this is, of course, the Jeremy Renner app.
Oh, the J Ren app. Yes. Talk us through the context of it a bit.
Well, that's basically what I wanted to talk about in its entirety today. was
Okay.
The app,
The origins.
its existence, and then ultimately its untimely
Yeah.
demise.
Just pour one out there for the Jeremy Renner app. It's nice when a story is concluded in advance because this is kind of the perfect thing for that 6-episode limited series I was talking about. Because the story's done.
I've got 6 minutes of content on
That's
it.
fine. They never have much, but
Oh,
they really
okay.
spin it out. We watched a few episodes of that Madeleine McCann Netflix show, and they had no information. And what they did have was public knowledge for 20 years. And yet they'd managed to spin it into, it was like 13 episodes. or
Yeah.
something, an hour each.
They had like some of the most well lit and sort of HD
Yeah.
4K ultra interviews with some of the most marginal figures. They may as well have interviewed
Yeah,
me.
her fishmonger from down the road,
Well,
her
I
erstwhile primary school candle making visitor. Terrible affair.
So back in 2017, Jeremy Renner off of The Avengers.
Yeah, he plays the arrows. He plays the arrows.
He plays Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And
A very bad Avenger, I would assume.
he's there's something of a tension there in that obviously as the Avengers go,
Yeah.
he
He's
isn't
the shittest
isn't
one.
the strongest.
Well, he's the worst.
He's not necessarily the worst.
Who's the worst?
Probably Black Widow.
No, she knows all different attacks.
Yeah, but if he could kill her from a mile away,
She could kill him from very close up, though, and you can't archery someone from point blank, can you?
you can, and he does.
No, if someone crept up behind you...
Yeah, because he just stabs the arrows into them. He's got all different
yeah,
sorts.
Legolas does that to an elephant.
That's it was just minding
That's
its
not in the
own
film.
business. He decided that he wanted.
I've got a quick question, actually.
Yes.
On that Avengers note, is it ever addressed in the Avengers films, of which I've seen 2/3, that he is much worse? Like, do they ever, like, make fun of the power balance being so
Yeah.
skewed that one of them's a god and one of them's just quite good at archery?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
They do deal with that.
And how does-
jokingly and in a sort of serious way as well,
Yeah.
because they sort of also when he's not there, they're all kind of shit. Like he just
no.
sort of
He's the
Yeah,
glue
glues
that
the
binds
team
them
together, yeah.
Sometimes it takes a great archer to do that because they've got a great eye for for down the range for the shooting spikes, but also
Mm-hmm.
for what people need in their everyday life. And Iron Man and Spider-Man, though they might not see eye to eye always, you can bring them together with enough Jeremy
Arrows.
Renner friendship.
yeah. He decided he wanted his own app.
Yeah.
Now, he went to a company called EscapeX. Now, EscapeX do these sorts of apps for other celebrities. And the idea is basically that, you know, because if you post anything on any of the other social media apps, they then own it,
Yeah.
not you. And they can just delete you. And also...
unless I should just say, as like a PSA, unless you post one of those copy and paste I do declare.
I do declare that
Facebook,
this-
no, hands off.
You cannot.
Exclamation mark, crying with laughter emoji.
Well, no,
Fuck
but
off, Zuck.
it's part of like chapter 321B
Yeah, well, they always cite their
of the statute
the
of the Facebook
constitution,
statutes.
the
Yeah.
Facebook constitution.
So they can't if you do that.
There's a good one on Instagram as well at the moment. I
And-
believe some of our elected officials in both the UK and the US were posting it to their own Instagrams, which really does fill you with something approaching
Some sort of
security.
hope. Yeah.
Yeah,
These people decide war.
yeah, they do, and they always do decide. Yes,
They do.
war,
No,
not
no, what I meant
war.
was they decide
Yeah.
what. So the idea is that A, that you own the content, but B, that it's sort
just a
of
walled
it's a
garden,
little
isn't
bit
it?
of a haven.
It's like
just
going over to Jeremy's digital hangout, like
Yeah.
Second Life,
Just
but without
your-
all the fucking.
just your fans, just your fan base, the real Jeremy Renner stands
Yeah.
out there.
He'd probably call them his family, like a play on family and. Fans.
They're like the Renists, the Renistas, the Renonians. There's all sorts.
Renaissance
No,
lads.
not that one.
Okay,
They didn't
that
get.
sounds a bit like
he
Rens.
actually said not that one. He
Renaissance.
sent you a message.
Okay.
Now, it had its problems back in the start as well.
I didn't realise it was this old as well.
No, well, this is the thing. It had some problems, some teething issues.
That's fine though. Isn't
It's
it?
going to happen. All pioneers
Yeah.
struggle in that way. But it sort of largely fell off the radar.
Uh-huh. And in the meantime, one assumes was just a beautiful,
Well-
fit for purpose haven, a sanctuary.
You joke, but apparently so.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was lovely.
No, you said it with your
Jeremy getting
insincere
dick
voice.
pics left, right, and centre.
He was none of that. He would post some nice pictures, and his family would be like, "Yeah,"
He's
and his
a-
friends would be like, "Yeah, go for
He's
it."
a very random person for whom this has happened, or to whom it has happened, or if I'm to believe your story, that he personally pursued. the
Yeah, no,
development
he
of the
did,
app.
yeah.
It's not like his people.
No.
his management. Jeremy wants this.
He
app.
wanted the app.
He seems, in my estimation, to have perhaps overestimated his Jeremy pull that he has as a figure, because he's very much like a peripheral character in everyone's life, including, I imagine, most of Hollywood's. Like,
And his family.
and yeah, and his fans. Like, is anyone out there? And it's not to discredit or disparage his work, but is anyone like, yeah, he's my favourite actor. I would die for Jeremy Renner, and I will go on his good app. Did you come across any of that in your studies?
Well, what I came across was Joel Golby, who writes for The Guardian.
Dolby. What's he got to say?
Oh, Jeremy Renner, the headline says, you only have thousands of versions of yourself to blame for your app's failure.
Okay.
And then he goes on to sort of envisage what he thinks a Jeremy Renner fan might be.
Uh-huh.
And then he has something of a mean sort of description of him. What history will remember, though, is Renner's attempt at becoming an app billionaire, which came crashing down this week. In case you've somehow not downloaded Jeremy Renner app,
Is that literally what it's
called
called?
simply Jeremy Renner official, but displays as Jeremy Renner. It was a bit like Instagram, but only for pictures of Jeremy Renner, posted by Jeremy Renner, with Jeremy Renner-esque captions such as, "Have a rockin' weekend, everyone." You could communicate with our other Jeremy Renner fans. And every time someone commented back to you on the app, you got a push notification that, due to an incredibly thoughtless quirk of design, made it seem as if Jeremy Renner himself was whispering it directly into your
Oh,
phone.
no.
So this was one of the main issues
Uh-huh.
with that happened in terms of the app's demise, because it was largely fine for a couple
Yeah,
of years,
for all 5 people who were using it.
and then
Jeremy
it
used it
actually
exclusively to communicate with his family. He wouldn't text or call.
it apparently actually had quite a big following. Like,
just can't
honestly
believe
weird.
that
No, I
that's
know,
true.
but apparently it is.
Maybe he was really like engaged, and he would, like, if someone sent him a recipe for some sort of cashew mac and cheese, he'd try it out.
He
and
was-
take photos.
He was like
critique
on there
it.
all the time, and it's sort of like, it's weird
What a
because
narcissist.
it is very like Instagram,
restart
but then it okay, but then it
That's a shap. Don't be called.
don't
It
ever say
would.
that.
It would be called that.
Don't, well, it wouldn't.
No, it would. I'm sorry.
It would not.
I'm branding chief.
Oh,
Branding
I
czar.
see. I'm like media, but not branding. So
So the golden era was hallmarked by just a piece. throughout
yeah,
the kingdom.
and so the way that the app worked was that you would get you would get points for like interacting.
With Jeremy.
Yes, but also just elsewhere.
Okay.
And then you could use that, or indeed you could buy those points, stars they were called,
Hello.
and you can use that to promote posts so that he'd be more likely to see them.
It's a very cynical, capitalistic approach to Jeremy Renner's attention span, isn't it?
Yeah,
The only way
from
to
Jeremy
get to-
himself.
Yeah. Jeremy just monetizing his own bother to scroll.
I'm going to largely go through an article by a comedy writer called Stefan Heck
For
Deadspin,
okay.
as he is credited
Yep.
by some, but damned by others as the man behind the app's demise.
No.
Yeah.
It can be traced to a single
Basically.
Stefan.
But there's a bit later on in the app, and I want you to see this, and we'll probably post some of these pictures that I've got here. But from later in the article, he says, for some context, and so future generations understand what happened here. This was the official Jeremy Renner app in July 2019. This is how I think we should all choose to remember it. Several sincere replies to a black and white photo of Jeremy Renner that looks like the cover of an Animorphs book about a Rat Pack impersonator turning into an actual rat. And then there's the photo.
Wow, that is a weird photo.
And there's people, happy 4th of July. Lots of celebration emojis. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Thanks, Mr. Renner.
That's lovely.
Yeah. and that was
Mr.
it.
Renner as well, so you've got to know that's respectful.
Exactly.
He's giving respect and he's getting respect back, and that's what I love to see.
Now, the app was sort of functioning even as of very, very recently, sort of end of August time.
Yeah.
It had had something of a resurgence because of the Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
And also,
Wow,
Mr. Renner relaunched his music career.
I didn't know he had a music career.
No, neither did I until today.
Amazing.
So he was doing some Rat Pack-esque sort of covers.
Is it actually that's what he does? He's a crooner.
Don't you worry.
Nice.
On the app, there's a playlist of 6 songs,
Curated.
two of which are the same song
That's cool.
that plays, and
That's
they're
really cool.
his.
Top
they're
and
his
tailed
songs.
with the same one, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe just 3 and 4 are the same.
Exactly. So everything was sort of fine.
In a way.
But things were there was something bubbling under the surface. And that, like many things on the internet,
Class consciousness.
that bubbling was trolls. Now, there was some real restlessness over on the Jeremy Renner app.
What could cause that? Why would trolls want to invade Jeremy Renner app? A lovely
Sorry,
place
Jeremy
for
Renner
J-fans.
official.
Jeremy
Or just
Renner
Jeremy
official.
Renner.
Jeremy Renner is a very annoying name.
It's
to
been
keep
very
saying,
difficult
isn't
to read, yeah.
it? Should we
Jeremy
abbreviate
Renner,
it
Jeremy
to
Renner.
J-Rens?
No.
Okay, so J-Rens app.
Because half of the joy comes from the fact that this is part of the problem, that it was called Jeremy Renner.
I don't think you can build
ends
any
it.
good brand around the name Jeremy.
No, well, you can't.
And I know there are some
But that's
examples.
why I don't think they bothered. And that, in the end, is the reason that the whole thing died.
Jeremy sounds like a sort of sludgy fisherman, doesn't it? Would you agree with that?
No.
He sounds like a tarpaulin wearing, creaky, sludgy fisherman who's covered in live bait at all times and would pick them out of his hood because he'd been, I don't know, crouched down in the mire.
I feel like you make things up sometimes.
I'm not. I'm just giving you the image I get if someone says Jeremy. I can almost smell the poisson, as they say.
Don't smell the poisson.
Okay.
Certainly don't intentionally.
It's not my fault that it's
smell
that name.
the poisson.
Okay.
So what happened with Stefan is he had an account. He was just doing his thing.
Yeah, but he's a fan and a friend.
And Jeremy Renner posted a photo. He does a Happy Wrens Day.
Oh, I bet he does.
And he did one of his posts.
Happy Wrens
It's like, Happy Wrens Day
Did he
to
do it
all
with
my
a W?
fans. No.
That would be a much better joke.
Like Sir Christopher Wren, designer of St Paul's Cathedral.
I just think it would be a better homage to Wednesday. It would be like he's integrating Wednesday with Renner rather than just trying to take over. a whole
He's
day.
taking over. It's
He's
his
a
now.
Real dick, isn't he?
Real narcissist. And
Great musician.
he posted a picture, just a normal picture, him and his kids, I think.
Looking normal.
Said,
looking very middle of the
Happy
road.
Wednesday, all my fans. Any plans for the weekend? And Stefan replied, Hi, yeah, Jeremy.
Uh-huh.
Gonna watch some porno on my computer.
Okay.
closed the app, and walks away.
Yeah, thought nothing of it. And he's been probably truthful there, because that might be a weekend.
Says that was what he was going to do.
It's not that that's the whole of his weekend necessarily, but that might be a highlight, or just what came to mind because of the Wednesday vibe that Jeremy had conjured with his post.
Exactly.
His good post on the J app.
At this point, we're going to go back in time a bit to hear Stefan's own sort of description of the app. The first thing you'll find when you install the official Jeremy Renner app is a video, which I would describe as essentially the Rennified version of the infamous Garth Brooks' first Facebook post. Jeremy attempts to explain exactly what his app does, and in so doing delivers an excellent impression of someone who's never heard of either Jeremy Renner or apps. Also, maybe this was just on my device, but the video seemed to cut out before it got to the end, and before he held up today's newspaper as proof of life. A potential bug fix. I'm sure there's already a Jira ticket being written up.
Yeah.
The second thing you will find upon installing the app, if you've not already installed it, is that every push notification you receive through the app looks as though it is coming directly from Mr. Renner himself.
It is in a way, though.
You will also soon notice that you receive a push notification every time someone replies to you.
Good.
So,
Not
Stefan,
configurable.
Pardon?
That option. You can't.
No.
No, okay.
So Stefan posted, "I'll be looking at some porno, Mr. Renner," and says that just a minute later, through came a push notification that said, "No way, nasty." No, that was it. Nasty, not cool.
Oh no!
But it looked, as you can see here, like this, as if it's
with Jeremy Renner's face.
It says Jeremy Renner because that's the name of the app. At Stefan Heck, nasty, not cool, and then there's Jeremy Renner's profile picture next to it. I'm not going to lie to you, he says. For about 12 seconds, I truly believed that actor Jeremy Renner thought porno was nasty. Then I discovered that this message had actually been sent by my friend, and that, as previously mentioned, every official Jeremy Renner app push notification was a cleverly disguised trick on unassuming Marvel fans to make them think that Hawkeye had actually said "what's up" to them.
That's sad, isn't it?
I posted the screen grabs on Twitter. Everyone had a good laugh, and I went through with my weekend plans, a camping trip, not the porno thing. Job well done, I thought. And that seemed to be that. It was not.
Uh-oh.
When I arrived back in civilization on Sunday afternoon, the calm, welcoming landscape of the official Jeremy Renner app that I had grown to love over the past week appeared to have been irreversibly shattered. Dozens of false Renners had sprouted up, sowing chaos and pretending to like porno. Legitimate Renner fans were rightfully confused and terrified. Someone was on there pretending to be Casey Anthony.
Why?
Well, this is the thing. Someone was on there pretending to be Casey Anthony, and someone was on there pretending to be Jeremy Renner, saying that was okay.
Oh dear.
So there was...
Is there no like built-in logic in the app's username system that you can't all be called Jeremy Renner?
No, this is the thing. This is the point that people have made, is that he talks about people cleverly manipulating the app to impersonate him. But all they had to do was make a Facebook profile with the name Jeremy Renner and put his profile picture on it and then log in. And anyone or everyone could be called Jeremy Renner.
Good.
So
it would be lovely if it just ended up as a singularity of all Jeremy Renners.
So someone posted this picture of Casey Anthony with her little girl that she definitely murdered but got away with. And then underneath, candid photo time. Hey, Jeremy Renner, I am your biggest fan. Oh, so was my kid. Hope you see this.
I hope you see this.
Hearts, hearts, hearts. Jeffrey Epstein replied, guys,
no.
I am not dead nor am I in prison. I am now resting in my private island whilst getting an blowjob by your boy Jeremiah Renner.
By your
Jeremy Renner replied, holy F, is this real? Someone else replied, love your work, Casey.
That's a really chaotic... That's the kind of series of interactions that signals the end of any platform.
Yeah.
Signals that the star is burnt too bright.
But this was it. Like, what I've got basically is a selection of comments made. Jeremy Renner replying to that, To everyone criticizing my app because Casey Anthony has created an account and is posting on the fan page, spare me your tears. This is an all-inclusive app. If you don't like it, you're free to leave.
It's not what all-inclusive means as a term.
Oh dear. Book Mom 4 Renner replied, "You are not the real Jeremy Renner. You are a big fake." Other fake accounts that popped up included this O.J. Simpson inspired account called The Lady Killer, who posted a screen grab from his recent Twitter introduction video with, "Hey Twitter world, it's me, yours truly," on the site.
And do we have any intel about if Jeremy Renner himself was observing this decline?
Yeah, well, he was, because he was sort of commenting, being like, "This is like terrible, like, don't let the trolls get you." And then it became
not doing anything about it.
Well, no, he seemed to think there was nothing.
I wonder if he had like some sort of super Jeremy Renner admin mode on the app where he could just go around like banning people, blocking bad faith actors.
That was what the initial complaints had been back in 2017, was that there was too much censorship, like administration.
Oh, really?
And also contest rigging going on. But those claims...
Jeremy kept winning all his own prizes.
Those claims were denied. Then, obviously, especially after the Stefan Heck comment about porno, things started to get out of hand. Renafan for Life posted an edited screenshot of Mission Impossible Fallout, in which Tom Cruise is holding up a laptop to Jeremy Renner, but in this version there is on the screen Pornhub, and then a big picture of Garfield's feet beneath it.
That's a shame.
Posted that saying, "Remember this scene when Tom Cruise shows Ren head porno for the first time?
Ren head.
Nasty, but epic." Laugh cry emoji. That was from Renafan for Life. Replying to this was, "Epstein was killed porn fan 4.
Imagine trying to explain that name to someone
anyone from 2 weeks ago. What is this crap? Real porn fans aren't into cartoons or animal stuff, and you're giving them a bad name. I wouldn't want to be lumped in with the likes of you on this site. Take this down."
This site as well is very funny.
And then some of the it just descended seemingly into complete and utter lawlessness. Stefan saying that he was he couldn't comment from any of his accounts.
Oh no.
Like they were getting banned. He said, "I was one more Renner banning away from changing my Twitter profile to an ancient Greek statue and becoming very concerned about the decline of the West." He said, "These two reviews offer a succinct summary of what exactly happened to the official Jeremy Renner app over the past couple of weeks."
As reviews as in on the App Store?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
These are 1 day apart.
Okay.
1 star.
Oh,
Trolls are invading both the main and fan feeds. Some go as far as to pose as well-known fans and celebs. Brackets, Jeremy himself, etc. There's even a debate on whether someone is posing as a member of the app's development team. Could the trolls be dealt with already? It's been going on for 3+ weeks now. Would consider changing my rating if/when things change for the better.
Hats off to the troll who took the app developer vector. That's very funny.
The second review, a day later, 5 stars, 1 line. Finally, an app that isn't afraid to be Casey Anthony positive.
Oh dear.
Oh God.
Jeremy Renner's little face. I'd love to just be a fly on the wall when he's getting a call from his app development squad saying, "Jeremy, we've got to pull the plug."
Someone's posing as Kate McCann and she's posting evidence.
Wouldn't it be funny if you were a serial killer to start leaking clues about where the next victim's going to be on the Jeremy Renner
as
app
Jeremy
only?
Renner, as Epstein fan 5. Stefan said that in contrition he left his own 5-star review of the app. "Hey man, sorry about posting the word porno on your app. Didn't really think it would completely fuck up your whole deal on here. I thought you were pretty good in that Bourne movie that I'm not 100% certain you were actually in now that I'm typing this out."
He was in a Bourne film. That was weird.
Yeah.
The Bourne side project.
Legacy.
Odd choice.
Um,
There was a little moment where it seemed like Jeremy Renner was destined for stardom.
I think he's very good when he wants to be.
I don't think he's bad, but I think has he ever done anything that's not just quite standard? Is he in anything where you're like, wow, Jeremy?
He's good as that. He plays the politician in American Hustle.
Okay.
And he's quite good in that. Like, it's a sort of quite a strange role for him.
Maybe they'll do a film of this whole app thing.
I think
Like
so.
a
Someone's already said
Social
Scarlett
Network
Johansson
style
is to play the app.
to play Casey Anthony.
But I just thought that I'd give some more examples before we come to the very end.
Moral decline.
Of the moral decline.
Yeah.
Well, there was this very funny post I saw the other day. I tried to take a screenshot of me pretend buying $99 worth of stars on the Jeremy Renner app, but I used my thumb to take the screenshot and accidentally authorised the payment, which this was a joke.
You have $100 of stars.
They were actually very lucky because, spoiler alert, the app got shut down. But in so doing, anyone who bought stars in the last 90 days got them refunded.
That's handy.
There's a picture here from Jeremy, the real Jeremy, posted, Happy Wren's Day. Nick Guzan replies simply, my wife left me. The last account I made on Jeremy Renner app was Jeremy Renner's Swedish dog, and I spent $8 to boost my comment Björk to the top of his post.
So Jeremy statistically likely to have seen
that post, yeah.
And I can only imagine it's warming his heart and just making his day.
Well,
To know
he
that
loved it.
So many people are just meeting from around the world. On
So
the
there's
app.
so many people are paying him to post that comment.
Yeah. But you know, like how any big RPG or online game, they'll be like, oh, we met in World of Warcraft and we had a marriage the other
Yeah.
day. There must have been people who've met on the J app.
Well, here you go. You see, someone here comments. This was in reply to the end notification, as it were.
Uh-huh.
This is so upsetting.
Yeah, it is.
Being a big time Jeremy Renner fan, I've had so much fun on this app since it came out, making new friends and even getting my adult children signed up. My wife and I announced our divorce on here. And now, thanks to a few bad apples, all that is lost. Just a damn shame.
That's very, very good. Adult children is very funny.
Someone posting as Jeremy Renner with the Jeremy Renner headshot. I am Jeremy Renner. Are there any crack cocaine dealers in the Los Angeles metropolitan area? I am Jeremy Renner. Someone called Bernardo Gunsberger Lopez. Hey, Jeremy Renner, I am absolutely love Hurt Locker, brackets my favourite movie. It is so cool and I wish you had win Oscar Academy Award. I am very sick and would like to want to meet two-time Academy Award nominee actor Jeremy Renner. Brackets, you were also epic in Arrival. Good Dennis Villeneuve for sci-fi. Better than Virgin Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner. Please respond, brackets, as I am very sick, as I previously mentioned. Thanks in advance in response. Love and respect from Portugal. Yours truly, Bernardo.
Is he in Arrival? I forgot about that.
He is very good in Arrival.
Okay, I guess he is. He's just such a sort of forgettable presence. But
Yeah,
maybe
well,
that's what's really
that's
good
what the
about
person
him.
in The Guardian said, is like, honestly, you'd forget you were talking
I
to
can't
him
remember
if
him
you
in
were.
The Hurt Locker either, and he might be the main character.
I think he's very young in there as well.
Okay.
But I think he is the
He
main
plays the
character,
bomb
yeah.
disposal robo.
Jeremy posted a cute video of a deer.
Real Jeremy this time.
Yep, real Jeremy.
Okay.
Morning, he said.
How is anyone sure that it's real Jeremy?
Because the home page on the app would
It's
only be him.
J posts.
Jeremy Renner. Morning. Trey Black. Thank you, Hawkeye. Very cool. Sam Reese. Where is this, Jeremy? Jonathan Varland. Jeremy, I want to eat that deer.
Imagine just telling Jeremy Renner that.
Imagine, that's the sort of thing that I would pay for him to see.
Yeah, and that's what I think, like, someone must be looking at this and thinking that there is a huge amount of money to be made from an ability to just message celebs, like, stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if you could send...
I mean, you could sort of do that on Twitter.
But they're not going to notice it. It's so much signal to noise. If you could, like, spend $50 to make sure that Ian McShane saw your joke about, like, a carrot, then I think people would be lining up to do it.
Lapping it up.
It would just be lovely to know that their life has been impacted by some bizarre thing that you've said.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'd have to have a no trolls policy, and we'd put that in the title of the app.
Yeah,
It'd
in
be
all
called
caps.
Jeremy Renner app version
No
2,
trolls.
brackets no trolls exclamation mark.
Our good friend of the show,
Uh-huh.
and indeed of us, Emily,
Oh, yeah.
sent me something the other day that was a post of someone who had a flat Earth, no trolls tattoo.
Oh, that's a commitment.
And it said, but it just says Fent family,
Fent family. Oh,
which is tragic.
there's no need to memorialise the no trolls element of the Flat Earth group,
No.
is there? Is there? No. It's not just me.
No. But I suppose, it's there on your screen all day, every day. It becomes a part of who you
I
are.
suppose so.
There was just a lot of like mad comments that
Yeah.
were being posted everywhere, and there's too many screenshots to go through. I would just recommend that everyone who has a Twitter account go on Twitter,
Yeah.
search Renner app, and just enjoy.
Just spend a couple of hours.
A couple of hours just scrolling through.
Yeah.
Because you'll find all sorts of things. I screenshotted this one because I thought it might have been you.
Could have
because it's
been.
an account called The Meat Man.
Oh, it does sound like something I'd do.
This looks like a really special place, Jeremy. Maybe you can take me there sometime and we can go on a boat. I've never been on a boat. I haven't been on a boat in a few years.
That's very funny. Jeremy Renner's little face when he reads things like that.
Dear. What could he be thinking?
I know. I don't know what. I don't imagine that he has a very broad sort of millennial Gen Z sense of humour.
No,
Jeremy Renner.
no.
He seems like a kind of
Very
Mark
old
Wahlberg dad.
Rat Pack.
Yeah.
That says it all,
He probably
doesn't it?
his favourite comedy is one-liners, and it's on TV.
But the old, vaguely racist kind.
Not vaguely, out and out.
Sorry. Someone found a photo of Jeremy Renner and used the Face app on it to make him look like this.
That's a shame.
And then posted this there under the name Jeremy Jenner.
Nice. I see what they've done.
I will destroy Jeremy.
Oh dear.
Jeremy, I have longed for this day since you and I were born from the tubes. Always I have been the abomination. Never have I tasted, scare quotes, sun. No longer. I will destroy you, Jeremy. What is yours will be mine. Soon I will be the hawk guy. Before long, it will be I that have fun app. When I destroy you, I will do kiss with your wife. This will be good. Do not fear, I come soon.
Jeremy Renner's going to get so nervous about all of this.
This also, that has just reminded me. There was a very, very like boring article about this on the BBC, but I saved it for the first or the second sentence of the article, which contained maybe the dumbest phrase they could have possibly written. So headline is Trolls Cause Shutdown of Official Jeremy Renner app. I think the worst thing the internet has ever done is normalise the word trolls.
Oh yeah.
I don't like to see adults say it.
Yeah, I don't like to see it given that they don't know what it means either. Like it's used, trolls and trolling is used to refer to such a broad spectrum of behaviour.
To anyone that doesn't like you.
Yeah, or it can be like someone like correcting your spelling in response to a Facebook
Fuck off,
post.
troll.
Or it can be like 4chan posting a bomb threat. Like
the trolls have been at it again.
They've shut down like Michigan airport because of
all those trolls
attacks, those classic trolls.
But it's just like I mean, yeah, I don't like that aspect, but the main thing that I don't like is that it's given miserable 40-year-old comics something to call the people who are funnier than them online.
And something to call your Tracy Ann Oberman podcast.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's got that she does and her live events with fucking Nick Cohen. Nick Cohen!
And Rachel Riley.
Well, let's not. Nick Cohen, a man who makes his living writing the same article once a month.
Yeah.
And it's always about woe is fucking me. But like David Baddiel, Trolls Not the Dolls, that's his new show, isn't it?
That's a very clever name as well.
It is, and he's got lots of the dolls in the poster, contrary to the title.
Because actually, if he hadn't mentioned that, no one's thought of them in 35 years.
Yeah.
Including when the film
Including
came out.
him.
Including him.
First line, superhero Hawkeye may have helped defeat Thanos, but trolls have proved too
Spoiler.
tough a foe for him to best. Actor Jeremy Renner, and just savour this, actor Jeremy Renner, who plays Marvel's eagle-eyed hero, has shut down his app. This is the BBC.
Eagle-eyed. What a fucking... That must be a piss take.
That's
I've got to believe that that's like someone who's trying to get in for Clickhole and is like trying to build a portfolio of jokes they've slipped into serious news coverage.
I just don't believe that it is,
That's so
unless they're the same
stupid.
person who did the horse one.
That's very, very funny.
Yeah, bad. So I thought that I would just read. I mean, as fitting a way to end as any, I suppose I could read Jeremy's goodbye statement.
The obituary.
Did you have any final thoughts?
I guess
for us here.
It's a sad story ultimately because we're not Jeremy Renner, you and I, but we are people who, like many of us, are cultivating our own online communities, our online space, a shared garden experience where each of us can pull up a deck chair, sit down and relax with our nearest and dearest. And it's just a little disheartening to see that those trolls out there, they don't want us to sit and enjoy that. They're out there pouring buckets of ice down our cleavage, maybe flicking hard frozen peas at us from across the way.
Impersonating maligned killers of children.
Really,
And
really
women alike.
unfortunate. And for me, that's a bridge too far. It's fine until you get the dead kids involved, isn't it? And that's a firm line.
Well, that was our message at the beginning, wasn't it?
It was, and it's lovely that it's come full circle. And I guess we need to take a moment, all of us. We've had some fun, and I don't want to appear above this because I hate to say it, but in moments of bad judgment, I too have participated in what you might call trolling, as they say.
No.
You notice a lot
Have you
of,
been
like,
trolling?
A lot of BBC people do say troll rather
Trolling.
than troll. So there's
Jon Snow on Channel 4. Trolling.
the trolling epidemic is getting out of hand. And yeah, I mean, we've talked before about Heatsec, which arguably is the greatest
Some
troll the
cynics
devil ever
have
pulled.
called.
So far be it from me to pass judgment on those who just got caught up in the frenzy, the hysteria that was, knowing that not only are you being very funny online, but that Jeremy Renner himself
is reading it.
might have to witness
probably
it
very sad about
contractually. But
Because you've paid
Yeah.
for his eyeballs to see it.
yeah. But at the end of the day, we've got to think there's a human behind this app. It's not just Jeremy Renner's not an AI. He's not a digital friend. He's a real man whose heart beats in time with ours, and we've got to see him as more than just an app, and start mailing him this stuff via his agent.
With some fine,
Link in the show notes.
unidentifiable white powder.
powders. No, we don't support you, Anthrax and Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. Goodbye. Now,
I always wish that was it.
no, that's the banner across the top.
It's a very jaunty angle for a sad banner.
There was a quite a fun Polygon article about it, in which they pointed out the font
Okay.
that it's in.
Did he steal the font?
No, well, possibly. It said in a papyrus-esque font, brackets, clarified by Polygon front page editor Samit Sarkar to be Bradley Hand ITC.
Oh, lovely.
Exactly.
Good knowledge.
Jeremy said thusly. An incredible start. The app has jumped the shark, full stop.
Oh, no.
Literally.
No.
Full stop.
Jeremy, this isn't the real Jeremy.
Jeremy.
This is just another more sophisticated
Those trolls have
troll.
hacked the homepage. It's literally jumped the shark.
That's mad, isn't it? I didn't know apps could do anything approaching that kind of mobility.
Nor did I. But it was a special place. Due to clever individuals
Why is he praising the trolls?
that were able to manipulate ways to impersonate me and others within the app.
Fuck.
I have
Doesn't
asked
sound like a CIA thing.
I have asked EscapeX, the company that runs this app, to shut it down immediately and refund anyone who has purchased any stars over the last 90 days. What was supposed to be a place for fans to connect with each other has turned into a place that is everything I detest and can't or won't condone.
Or, but not both.
I could condone this, but I'm choosing not to. My sincere apologies
I
for
wish
this.
he'd expanded on everything he detests, because that's such a strong and specific claim. Like, this captures everything that Jeremy Renner doesn't like.
If it's not on the app,
Yeah.
I don't
Genocide,
detest it.
nah, it's fine. Whatever. Can't do it on the Jeremy Renner app.
I'm not saying I'm a fan, but I just don't detest it.
It is what it is.
My sincere apologies for this to have turned out the way that it has. To all the super fans who have supported me with your words or encouragement, amazing
Money.
art, stories, and time shared on the app, a genuine thank you. And I hope to see you on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook.
Nice.
Signed, JR.
The classy signature again there at the end. He's a class act, isn't he, Jeremy?
He is.
And I've really
He-
come around.
He could have taken this so poorly.
Yeah, but he's been a good sport about it. He's not attacked those trolls.
He's not attacked the trolls.
He's recognised recognises game, and he's said,
Real recognise
you're,
real.
You're clever guys. You found a way, a complex mechanism by which to socially engineer
to subvert the code.
the fucking Fort Knox that was the Jeremy Renner app architecture.
Myself, Jeremy Renner, and my colleagues at EscapeX could never have
Never
foreseen
penetrate
someone.
this digital fortress.
Could never have foreseen someone having the gall, let alone the insight, to type in my name and use my own picture, save the very picture I was using and post it themselves.
Dastardly, isn't it?
It really
And
is.
But what you've got to appreciate is that he's not prevaricating, and he's not trying to wage some war that he knows he's not going to win.
No.
Enough is enough, says
Yeah.
Jeremy. He knows when to throw in the towel, and that's what makes a man a man.
Yeah, I mean, someone said, they could have just made it so that no other account could have the name Jeremy Renner and kept the
Coulda,
app.
shoulda, woulda. Huh? Hindsight is 2020 in the Jeremy Renner app.
Oh dear! But he's seen that that's the cowardly route.
Yeah.
If your app can't handle people very simply impersonating you and those you love,
Yeah.
then it's not an app worth having. And I think that it would cheapen the time that you did have with the real fans on there.
Yeah, and the real Jeremy.
Knowing that the trolls were simply being kept at bay by, honestly, the simplest piece
Yeah.
of security design possible.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? I wonder if there's anything legally preventing us from starting our own Jeremy Renner app. Because you could be called Jeremy Renner, couldn't you, Declan? You could change your name to that.
I didn't even read fucking, what's it called, Ready Player One. I'm not changing my name to Jeremy Renner for this show.
And I'll get the deed poll. It's only 50 quid. I'll pay it. I'll pay. This is a serious offer. I'll pay for you to become Jeremy Renner.
Well, I don't want you to
No,
do
but
that.
why
because
not?
the only thing that it would do is cause me a lot of expense elsewhere. As I have
I'll
to
cover
change-
all the costs involved in a new passport, new driver's license. That's all the costs.
And
there
then,
are.
but then,
And then you're called Jeremy.
What do I tell my dad? How do I explain this to my
How
dad?
do you come out as newly christened
As
Jeremy,
Jeremy Renner.
Renner?
Yeah.
Do you think your family would react poorly to that then?
Yes.
In what way though? Would they see it as an affront that you're like removing yourself?
Turning
from...
away from the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sacred, the delayed name.
But do you think they'd find anything odd about you?
Yes,
kind of
very.
tacitly worshipping.
Changing my name to
to
that
Hawkeye.
of an actor because my flatmate said he'd pay for me to do it.
I think that'd
they'd
be really cool.
Yeah,
It'd
they'd
be rock and roll.
no. Oh, okay. Well, I'll
Guys,
tell you what.
email in tass@shame.city if Declan should change his name or not.
Do you use all the Patreon money?
Yeah.
Change your name. to
I've already
Jeremy
changed
Renner.
my name once by Depot. You can't do it twice.
Can you not?
They start to get
What
pissy
did you
about
change it to?
My full name is Isaac Bernier Doyle, but on my birth certificate, because I have 2 extra middle names, couldn't fit the whole thing on. So it was just Bernier hyphen. And so I changed it to the full name,
Wow.
just because that was what I was going by anyway for 15 years.
So if you change it once, are you just fucked?
No, I did make that up, but I imagine
gonna
that
say.
the more times you do it, the more confusing a procedure it would become.
I think the more like
There must be, like-
questions you have to
Yeah, and there must
answer.
be like a statute of limitations on doing it like every week. Like, you can't just do it all
Turning
the time.
up every week. To be like, hello,
It's me
you
again,
thought.
Marg.
Marg. Well, not for long.
Oh, go on, do change your name to
No,
Jeremy
I
Renner.
won't be doing
What
that.
about temporarily? Like 2020 could be the year of
That I'm-
you being Jeremy
Because
Renner.
in 2020, they'd remove the feature to change it back. I'd
The
be Jeremy
feature-
Renner forever.
The feature of law.
Yeah. 100%.
There are fates worse than being Jeremy Renner forever.
There are.
Also, may I
many.
say, if you were called Jeremy Renner, and separately, if you then started an app of your own making, you're a surefire going to meet Jeremy Renner on Ellen or something. You've got to know that this will allow you to hook up with someone that I've heard is one of the actors you know.
He's an actor within the repertoire of actors I've seen on screen.
You've heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I just fear that I don't think
He's
my
got a great handshake.
yeah I don't think that the people I know and love would be very happy, and I feel like the new people
Don't do
I'd be
it for them.
the new people
Do
I'd
it
be
for you.
attracting to my life would be full on
Casey
mentors,
Anthony.
because it's not just like it's not like a fun thing of
It is
of
fun.
like it's not a fun thing of like I happen to be called Jeremy Renner,
No,
like the
it's
actor.
more fun than
It's
that.
I decided
I woke
on
up
my
one day-
on my flatmate's recommendation and at his expense to just be called Jeremy Renner. I don't have the time or the effort.
Would you do it
in
for-
me to create the Jeremy Renner
What
app.
amount of
So all
money-
that would happen is I'd just sit here being called Jeremy Renner.
Listen, I'm sweetening the deal. I outsource it to EscapeX, whatever they're called, which sounds a very dodgy company. I'll handle the app creation and development and oversee the moderation procedures.
I don't really want you to do that.
I'll be great at it, don't worry. I'll handle your Jeremy Renner identity shift. How much money would the app have to be making monthly, of which you get 40%?
Where, pray tell, is the other 60?
Well, I'm running it.
Well,
This
hang
is
on a
my
minute.
livelihood.
I just said I don't want you to.
It's fine, I'll do it.
Because you've decided.
It's fine, I've got the job.
Oh, wow, no wonder you're willing to
How
cover
much?
50 quid for the form.
How much money? Like
Would I have to be
£1,000 a
making-
month?
No.
What do you mean? That's a lot of money extra a month.
I'm not going
All
to
right,
I'm not
12
going
grand a
I'm not
month.
going to work as Jeremy Renner. So
Why
this would have to cover all of my living expenses.
Really?
And then some.
What's this
Because
opposition?
Because I'd be a freak.
Yeah, but you could not tell people. You could
No,
just.
I couldn't.
But think how often, like, I'm sure there are people we know who go by names that aren't their real ones, and people we know who's like will have a weird middle name that you've never come across.
Right.
You could just carry on being called Declan in inverted commas. It would just be that, like, when you went down to HR and they're like, "Oh, I can't find Dylan can't find the file," you'd have to be like,
Right, but
"It's
no.
under Jeremy
But everyone
Renner."
would know because I'd have this app. If
Yeah.
it's making me 12 grand a month,
Yeah,
people will have heard of it.
But Jeremy Renner's actually an A-list celebrity, and most people hadn't heard of the app. So unless you think you've got more pull than OG Renner, then I would imagine.
No, but
most
what I'm
people
saying
won't
is that, like
have come
you
across
say,
it.
as you said yourself, it's a surefire way to be meeting Jeremy on Ellen.
Yeah,
So I'm going to
True,
be a
you're gonna be
fucking
famous.
household name.
£100,000 a month,
Yeah.
and you have to get plastic surgery to
Hang on a
to
minute.
start looking more
These
and more like Jeremy
goalposts
Renner.
are all over the gap.
No. That would be part of. That would be like once we get to a certain level on our Jeremy
not a
Renner at
Patreon
Patreon, then we give you like Jeremy jaw surgery. You get the Jeremy scowl. You make your skin look all sort of like parchment in that way that
I
he's
would
got.
like not for that to be the case.
No, I know you might like
I'd
not
like
for
to
it.
be making an amount of money just shy of where I have to do that.
You're
for-
so short-sighted.
just forever.
It baffles me how little enterprise you have
Right.
within you.
Okay, but then the question then is, why aren't you doing any of this?
Because I'm busy moderating the fuck out of the Jeremy Renner.
No, it's all right. I'll
You
moderate
don't
the
know
app.
what you're doing.
I'll do
You'd
it.
be baffled
It's
by
fine
some
for
of the words
a
you see.
75% cut. I'll learn how.
There's no need for that. I've handled all the upfront charges and I'm stewarding the business. I'd be the manager of the project, or the
Right.
project manager, I suppose. While you're out there, we'd get you like a Jeremy Renner personal trainer to get you Renner ripped. We'd get you someone to handle like press events and stuff. It would be a very it'd be a very lubricated lifestyle facilitated by lots of people just helping you be the Jeremy Renner you always could be. Jeremy.
But what, besides the money, which seems to come at the cost of a rigorous
Your face.
fucking exercise routine and the body and face that I know and love, what am I getting out of it?
Artistic fulfillment.
What I have to come up with my own Renner-esque slogans. Howdy, folks. How's Rurs Day going?
You could like try and be him. Like you could be Jeremy Renner.
Trick my way into his films.
Yeah. Or just do very similar spin-off. Like Eagle Eye from the BBC one. Pain.
I could be like the Asylum
Locker.
Films version of Jeremy Renner. I don't know that that's the cash cow you think it is. I also certainly don't know that it's the artistic fulfillment I'm looking for.
Fine. If you don't think that just the name Jeremy
If you don't want to do
Renner
it, we don't have to do it.
will unlock doors for you. If you think the name Declan Delane's got more promise than established name
I'm often
Jeremy
told
Renner.
that it does.
Yeah, for like a comic book villain, turns into like Dario Danger.
I really don't feel like you're in a position to be telling anyone that their name is fucking stupid.
No, I'm not saying stupid. It's just got that alliterative comic book vibe. That Jeremy Renner, a strong name, a man's man.
What does yours imply?
Mine implies a
Flâneur.
kind of godliness, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now that I
Not many
think about
gods
it.
with 5 dumb names like you.
No.
Not many gods with French names altogether, as
And
far as I
Irish.
can remember. Oh, well, tacked on the end there.
Yeah.
So you can,
And a Hebrew name.
appropriate a little bit of fucking
I'm all over
working
the
class
place.
charm.
I'm all over the gaff. Look, this is not about me, Jeremy. This is about you. And I think tat@shame.city is the place to get in touch. Maybe if you've got any ideas that might persuade Declan, you've seen the approaches I've tried.
You can find
He is
me-
open to doing it. He is open to doing it.
I've made it.
He's
expressly
super.
clear that I'm
There
not.
exists some combination of words that someone could send you that would convince you to become Jeremy Renner. I mean, it remains to be seen if any of you
As
have the wit. to
Jack
do
Johnson
so.
told us, there's no combination of words I can put on the back of a postcard. There is no selection of words that would make me change my name to Jeremy Renner. There is
the
only
jury's out.
dollar in the bank with the guarantee
a 40%
that I get to keep my
share
own
of it.
face.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Lovely, lovely stuff. I feel like we've learnt a lot. I feel like a great weight has lifted from our shoulders as we can collectively now, as a society coming out the other end of this trauma, breathe a sigh of relief.
Let it go.
Think about the lessons that we've learnt, but not hold on to the pain that has been caused, so that the next time the Jeremy Renner app cycle begins anew, we're all fresh-faced, bright-eyed, and willing to take on a new day. Until then, we've got a bunch of ways of getting in touch with the show. tat@shame.city, subject line, Declan, name change, if you want to get in touch and weigh in on that thorny issue.
Even if you're not emailing about that, just pop it in to
that's
show
got to
your
be-
support for the idea.
If only 3 people do it, he will start the process. We'll get the ball rolling on that. What other ways are out there on the internet until we have our own TAS app for people to contact you, me, and us?
You'll have to pop over onto, say, Twitter, one of the existing apps, one of the more
Mainstream.
established ones. At That's a Shamecast for the show. Very good show art that Isaac does every week is put on there.
Thanks very much.
Good. I should express, not in a moral sense, but
Artistically, very striking.
not necessarily that either. I
Innovative.
suppose good in a pragmatic sense of conveying something of the horror of what each audio clip entails.
Yeah.
You can find Isaac over at IsaacBD.
Yeah.
He's been liking and retweeting things more than usual.
Have I?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Doing the occasional tweet himself, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
You can find me at DE Delane. You can get in touch with us on the Discord. That's coming off the end of its own summer hiatus.
Oh, goodness.
So, yeah,
I might shut it down and reopen it then.
why not? Just give it a quick close, a quick
Parliament.
reopen. Whatever you can do to get rid of that horrible mouth man or whatever it was that you made.
I don't remember anything about
You
Mouth
posted
Man.
that and a theme song for him.
I don't remember that at all.
in the Discord chat. It was
Okay.
horrific because no one had messaged in there from him. Every time you opened it, there it was.
I honestly don't.
I think it could literally be the Meat Man.
Oh, that would be cool.
I'd have to scroll back and find
Go
it.
and check it out, guys.
Shame.city/discord.
Yeah, find
you
out
can
what
also
it is.
get in touch via shame.city/contact, which is the contact form on the website.
Fuck not? Why the fuck not? Okay.
Why don't you tell people about Wommy Bombing?
Oh, go out there and spread the word, would you? Because apps, shows, communities live or indeed die by the power of those involved to spread the good news about the app. Christianity's been doing it very well. He's got lots of apps, in fact, Christ. And Jeremy just the one so far. We've got none, but we're hopeful to get one before too long.
Update.
Yeah?
He was called the Muscle Man.
The Muscle Man.
There he is.
Oh, he's got teeth, hasn't he? They're not made of muscle. So yeah, do tell a friend about the show. Yeah, I don't know what you want to tell them about it. Maybe tell them to steer clear. We'll leave that to you. We've got a Patreon, patreon.com/shamecity. Every little helps. You get access to like 40 episodes of extra stuff straight away as soon as you join at the $5 a month level. That's $1, what? $1.25 an ep? Crazy, isn't
That's
it?
mad. That
and
is
then the
mad.
rest's all free. It's despicable what we do for you. Until episode 155,
Yep.
I've been Isaac. You've been Jeremy. See you soon.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. The bare necessities of life will come to you. For the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder, my new home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. The bare necessities of life will come to you.